Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Bobby Hobby and Custom Builds. Previously, we swapped out the prime bubble on my chainsaw here. It's a Homelight Woodsman 45cc chainsaw. Well, apparently, I hooked up the fuel lines backwards. So now I gotta take it back apart and swap the fuel lines around. So I'm gonna, go through the process again here, take all the handle off and everything, and let's get started. Okay. I'm pretty picky about how I do the screws, so I put them in an area where I can determine where they go, so they go exactly back where. So basically I'm going to use these two runs here, and I'm going to place them in. This is the bottom, so I'm going to place it here, and then I'll go the middle and the top and so forth. Anyway, let's get you guys put back where we had you there so you can see what I'm doing. You just won't see me, you'll see me move the screw, you just won't see where it goes. I showed you that just then. So, by the way guys, if you're not subscribed, you really should be. It's completely free. I do a lot of cool stuff on here. Sometimes I plan on buying some models, to build, do some cool hot rod models or something like that to build on the channel. You guys have seen in a previous episode where I fixed my buddy's Mustang model for him. The cat's got on his counter and knocked it off of the shelf. And broke it up. Anyway. Okay, now that's done. We'll go ahead and knock these loose here. I've been taking this one out. On this one, you can either take this screw out to disconnect the spring from the handle, or you can unhook the spring down here. I like to unhook the spring from the handle here. This one down here, I unhook the spring from the saw. Whew, that was a close call. I'm going to try and get the other two screws off this handle without taking the top off yet. Which, those are in here. They're kind of difficult to get to. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to go ahead and take the top off of it, guys. Everybody. In the previous video that I just uploaded, I got it to fire up again, but it really didn't want to stay running because I'm imagining the fuel lines are backwards. You can see how it wouldn't want to, stay running if the fuel lines are backwards. Flow's not trying to flow correctly, and then you're only burning up what you got in the bubble to keep the bowl full. Once what's in the bubble's gone, the bowl empties fairly quickly. So, just got to reverse them fuel lines. I might have to take the bubble back out again, but that's okay. If we have to go that far, we'll go that far. I don't want to take it down that far. If I can avoid taking it down that far, I'm going to. But as I always say, sometimes things don't, go as planned, and you have to take other measures, So, handles off. Pull that choke out like we showed in the other video. Lift up and turn sideways. That comes out beautifully like that. Believe me, the first time I took this saw apart, I fought that choke for 20 minutes trying to get it off of there without breaking it. Because let me tell you, it's not fun to break stuff. It costs you more money in the end. I just don't think I'm gonna be able to use these pliers and get the fuel lines swapped around. I might be able to, I might not be able to. Well, we're gonna find out right now, folks. Hey, that one came loose pretty easy. That's cool, yay! Now let's see if I can get a hold of this other one, get it loose, and while I got a hold of it, I'll go ahead and put it on the other side. Hey, it came loose. Alright. Since this one's up here and I lost the other one, we'll go ahead and try to put it on. Hey, that went right on, guys. Wow. Holy crap. It worked out good. Alright. Yay. Make sure that thing's clipped on there. I wish I could add some more zip ties, because I would take a couple of zip ties and clamp them onto this. Let's see how easy that comes this time. Oh my goodness. It pushes so much easier. Woo! If you remember in the other video that I just posted, it's really hard to push that prime bubble. That's a really good example that you've got the fuel lines on backwards, because if they're on correctly, you should be able to press that real easily and it should suck gas right away. There's no reason that thing should ever be really hard to press in. See how easy that is? Now I imagine that whenever we get this back together, that it'll fire up and run right, because the fuel lines are hooked up right, because goofball me read the instructions backwards. I got dyslexia, so sometimes things, just kind of go backwards for me, Anyway. So, make sure if you're following along to look at something like that, or at least watch the whole video, and make sure that whenever I test fire it or whatever, that it's working right before you follow me in the process, because I'm not certified by no means. I just have experience in working on these things because I use them a lot. I burn wood for heat, so naturally I know how to work on a saw, because if you're burning wood for heat, you kind of need to know how to cut your firewood, don't you? Didn't you think? It's a good idea. I believe so, anyway. And, of course, that's my opinion, Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one, No opinion is exact fact. Sometimes an opinion is just how somebody feels. It's, what they think, Sometimes opinions can be very close to, factual. But, again, it is an opinion. Oh, before we get too far along, we're going to try to make the same mistake that we made in the last video with this choke. Let's go ahead and put that back on here whenever everything's out of the way. That's a pretty clever idea, if I say so myself. Get this stuff put back together here, and we'll give her a test fire. Oh, before I put this back up like this, just go ahead and get this, so it's so much easier to put this back on. You can clear that handle. Oh, by the way, guys, if you haven't noticed, I found my tripod. I had it tucked away in my model shelf, in which I did look there several times. Me being me, overlooked it, of course. This time it's going a lot faster than the previous couple times. Yeah, because I'm almost an expert at taking this thing apart and putting it back together at this point. This is like the 5th time that I've had this thing apart in the last week, I guess you might say. So I took it apart the other day to get the old prime bubble out, and because the place I went to get the prime bubbles didn't actually have the right ones, and I didn't realize which ones was the right ones, I bought the style that doesn't have this little plastic thing. This is a snap-in prime bubble, so it has a plastic thingy that snaps in and you can't take that bubble out. This new one that I bought, however, came with several new bulbs, so I think that this one can come apart. The lip there will snap apart, but I don't know. So it came with 3 extra bubbles, 2 filters. And I, paid like $16 for it, but, hey. Sometimes it does not pay to cheap out on stuff, that $16 is $16, but at least my saw might run right, and I have the right stuff in there. Because what I did to make it run a little bit, and it really didn't run right, is I put a piece of tube in there in between the lines to make the line like one to go straight from the gas tank to the carburetor. But little did I know, you have to have the pressure that you build up in that bulb whenever you're priming the carb with it. See, it sucks, creates a siphon, because the tank's down here and the carburetor's up here. You got to have that pressure in there to keep the fuel going, to keep the carburetor's bowl filled up while you're running the saw. Okay, guys, one more screw and we can try it out, guys. One more screw. I'm just really hoping that it'll idle. I won't have to constantly sit here and gas in it. That's what I'm hoping for. All right. Let's angle the camera up a little bit. Turn you around over here, guys, because I'm going to step back over here to fire it up. Or at least attempt to fire it up. Second attempt. Let's see what happens. Is the switch on? You know what? That's right. Okay, what's going on here? Oh boy. I don't know if I did something wrong or... Oh, no. It wasn't this hard to fire up before. Oh boy. Well, it ain't firing up. I don't know why. Oh, saws have such bad luck with them. I don't know why. Everything's... Oh, it means it. Get it. Now it won't run. Oh boy, oh boy. It should have fuel in it. It's got fuel. Hey guys, I'll be right back. Okay? I'm gonna go get one of them fuel. Okay guys, I'm back. I got this little fuel filter. It's not out, so I mean I got gas in it. Please fire up, saw. I really need you. There's a lot of wood to cut. You appear to be. What the fuck? Well, now we're getting it to fire off, but it ain't. Still ain't wanting to run like it's supposed to. I don't get it. Pissing me off. Oh my gosh. I don't fucking understand. There's no reason for it to not run right. All the fucking... I was just out last weekend cutting with it. All I did was change the prime bubble. Swear to God. I'm going to end up having to get rid of my wood stove and start doing something else for heat. I can't keep a freaking saw running. I swear it's all. Alright guys, that's all. I guess I'm gonna have to buy another saw because this one's junk. Y'all have a good one.